Beyond the campsite, the city waits in uneasy silence, one sleep away.
The gate is closed, as is Cazador. Cazador and his rite of profane ascension. An imperial soiree, attended by devils and spawn alike. A grand ceremony to honor one exalted vampiric master. And elevate him to an unfathomable station. To place him in a position of such esteem. The world will yearn to kneel and offer their necks. Of course I envy him. Why wouldn't I? The problem with what Cazador has done is that he did it to me. If the time comes and I can stay one move ahead of him, I'll take his place before his blood can hit the floor. Doesn't it sound delightful? For the lucky little vampire on the winning side. After 200 years of shit, pure shit! I think I deserve something better. I know you do. It matters to me as well. I want to be able to protect you, too. All I'm saying is, let's be clever about it. If an opportunity arises for me to become a more magnificent bastard than I already am, why turn it down? Let's find out more about the ritual before we waltz into Cazador's front door. If we track down my old comrades, the other spawn, we may discover more and be finally positioned for yours truly to ascend. You're too adorable. I'll be fine. I'm sure they'll bring back memories of so many pathetic years, but I'm much stronger now. If we don't find my brethren, they'll find us, likely with bared fangs. We should get to them first. Then we can make their pretty tongues talk. Unless Cazador's changed their orders, they'll be in the dens of this town, seeking prey.
One final night in the open air, and then back to the city. Rest while you can. I fear that quite a bit of work awaits us. That speaks well of your taste. I've heard my share of bad ballads about things I never did. If you have questions, ask. Just don't expect my answers to rhyme. It was Baal alone we faced in our time. And, bad as that was, he had no elder brain for a lapdog then. Help won't come from the history books, or from any old tales I can spin you. This is your story to write. There. Have I fulfilled my role as your wise and wizened elder? Don't tell me which. Against all life experience, I will choose to assume the best. Ask it. More than I would like. In my youth, I was a brief and very much unwilling member of a colony's hive mind. I felt the way they think, saw the world as they do. foul, unnatural creatures who find the foulness in us and twist it to their will. But then, who am I speaking to? You have far more experience than I. Then, greetings, Sir Tadpole. I was wondering where all the questions suddenly sprang from.
Oakfather preserve you. Only by reputation. She was present when we marched against Ketheric Thorm, but on the far end of the battle lines from where I fought. And in the chaos that ensued, well, our forces were scattered. I led some to safety, but never learned of her fate. I'm glad to hear she survived. Though in truth, I should not be surprised. She was always said to be formidable and cunning. I could have learned much from her, no doubt. There is much to admire, judging by the stories. I cannot help but wonder how she would have handled some of the challenges I faced as Archdruid. Defended the Grove, Korga, the Shadow Druids. At least now we can benefit from her presence, and perhaps work to a common goal. What would you like to know? I am? Trust me, it's been said. You show more restraint than most in avoiding the subject until now. Who's to say? Perhaps there's a half-orc buried somewhere in my ancestry. Or perhaps not. Sometimes I think conventional wisdom is too narrow about what someone can or cannot be. Stranger things have most certainly happened. I had a friend when I was young, long ago. He played with me in the forests where I grew up. But eventually, I realized no one else had heard of him. It was Thaniel, of course. Nature was my very first friend. I get older, but he hasn't changed a day. I knew then that I had to be more than a companion to him. I had to be a protector. I suppose you wouldn't be shocked to learn I love animals and nature? I know. Well-trodden territory. Well then, let's see. I whittle in my spare time, and I've something of a sweet tooth. Although everyone's very amused when I say I like honey. Ornaments, utensils, and ducks. I like ducks. You're right. Sometimes I think people look at me and imagine my feelings can't be hurt. Thank me by returning the favor, why don't you? Come on. I'm sure you've something better than carving wooden ducks. Oh, well, your choice, of course. Anytime.
The events of the last days weigh heavily upon you. Sleep's rest is slow to come to one whose mind is so full. The Absolute is not a god, but an elder brain controlled by the chosen of the Dead Three. They mean to use it to take control of the Sword Coast. All who carry the tadpole are governed by the brain, and by extension the Chosen. It will take but one order to transform them into an army of mind flayers. This would have been your fate too, were it not for the astral prison and the mysterious visitor inside of it. With his help, you have uncovered the cult for what it really is. A plan of conquest, orchestrated by the gods of death themselves. Together, you have the power to thwart the Dead Three. If you follow this path to its end, the Elder Brain will not answer to the Chosen. It will answer to you. And what then? You are prone to impulses as uncontrollable as the gods themselves. Will you even have a say in what you do? Will you liberate the true souls from their parasites and their religious delusions? Or will you use the power you gain for your own purposes? You will not have long to wait. All you need to do now is sleep. But sleep is not for you.
Hear me. Gather. The reckoning is upon us. The city thirsts for domination. March. Join.
Fight your way to the portal. I need your help.
This feels good. Yes.
I will give in. With haste.
Come quickly. I can't do this without you.
Shall we cut and run?
Behold the dance of death. Invenium here! What was ever easy?
More are coming. Hurry, or we will all become thralls.
Hungry for the slaughter.
Sometimes the only way out is through.
That orb's going to blow, and soon.
I'm here! Help me! I'm under attack!
Trust me.
Friend of Jake, you will be cleansed.
Time for a cup.
Come on. Can't stay idle.
Let's have some courage.
It's not over. Come to the skull.
Yankee trouble!
It's not over. Come to the skull. Hurry. I can't hold them back alone.
Light on my feet. So the demonic figures we saw were Githyanki all along.
Keep your distance, darling. I missed this.
It's not over. Come to the skull.
Help us. Must save. Must protect. It's Yankee trouble!
I need you. Now. It's not over. Come to the skull. It's not over. Come to the skull.
another tentacled freak. What in the hells is this?
The Githyanki is the source of our protection against the Absolute. I must subdue him, or everything we've worked towards is lost. Don't let my form deceive you. I am the one that's been protecting you. I am the one that came to you in your dreams. Help me. I am the reason you are free. We are more alike than you want to admit. Look past it. I know you don't want to, but you must. Now, help me. The God. Destroy the God. They prevent me from subduing their master. Do it now! Fool! Without me, you will perish.
Let's have some fun. This will do nicely.
I will give in.
Destroy the Honor God.
I've missed this. You sleep. With finesse.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Resound like a death knell in your mind, tolling for the end of all hopes of survival and freedom. With startling clarity, you realize the Mind Flayer was telling the truth. If it dies, so do you.
Thank you. With your help, we will both survive.
Let's have some courage.
Your reluctance to help nearly cost us everything. You saw reason just in time. Don't look at me like that. I'm a Mind Flayer, yes. And the one who saved you again.
I owe everything to that. Oh, I don't like this one bit.
It was necessary. Rare are those that would openly consider a partnership with a Mind Flayer, even those who are on a path of becoming one. It's like I said before, I'm just like you. An adventurer, I came from Baldur's Gate, though I was never one to be constrained by circumstance. I longed for more. That longing brought me to Moonrise Towers on a search for treasure, to a colony of Mind Flayers who caught me, changed me into what I am now. For years, I served the Elder Brain, the one you know as the Absolute. I was a thrall like any other, but I was fortunate. I broke free and started a new life in my old city. I sustained myself on criminals, unglamorous, but there are plenty of them, rarely missed, and they fueled me while I did my work. I had the good fortune to meet Duke Stelmane. We formed a partnership, and through her, I became the governing force behind the Knights of the Shield, the largest mercantile operation in Baldur's Gate. People referred to me as the Emperor. Such was my influence, though of course they had no idea what I really was. My needs were sated. I was happy for a while, until my true nature was discovered by the tyrant himself, Lord Gortash. He tore me from my home and brought me back to the Brain, where I became a slave once again. A slave he continued to call the Emperor. The name was intended as a slight, to remind me of the heights from which I fell. But I have grown fond of it. It encapsulates well who I've become. Indeed, his hubris knows no bounds. To enslave me, that was his nature. But to enslave an Elder Brain, a questionable decision. I shall look forward to sharing his downfall with you. Prince Orpheus, son of the first leader of the Githyanki. His power has been the source of your continued protection against the voice of the Absolute. The power to disrupt hive-mind communication. It is the same power that enabled Orpheus's mother to bring about the fall of the Illithid Empire eons ago. A power she passed on to him, and that I leveraged for you. When Orpheus's mother left, a usurper took her place. Blackith declared herself queen of the Githyanki. Blackith wanted his power. He refused. And so she sealed him within this prison. His honor guard, ever loyal, followed him in. Bound by infernal chains, Orpheus could never leave. Bound by duty, his guard never would. They were close to breaking my hold on that prince. And if they had succeeded, we would be lost. I am relieved. You have embraced your potential enough that you could help me eliminate them. Alone, Orpheus will be much easier to control. Most certainly Orpheus. He is a threat to her reign. Some Githyanki still revere him, in defiance of their teachings. Blackith was safe as long as they believed him to be dead. But as you can see, he is very much alive. She kept him this way because she was reluctant to eradicate such power. Power that she might one day wish to take from him. If the Githyanki ever find out what she has done, there will be civil war. Blackith will be finished. A very good question. One that I have been unable to answer. That Orpheus lives at all is ruinous to Blackith. She has done everything in her power to keep his existence a secret. That Gortash and the Chosen found out about it. This is impossible to explain. But it was important enough to them that Gortash sent me to retrieve it. The moment I found it, I felt a change. My free will returning. I followed the feeling inside, and found Orpheus. I realized what the prison was for. Containment. While my body was within the prison's bounds, my mind was free. I could resist the Elder Brain, the Chosen. Better yet, I could plan to overthrow them. All I needed to do was subdue Orpheus and find allies in the outer world. You. That would be a terrible idea. The moment he is free, he will attack you. Your only defense would be to kill him. And in so doing, you would doom us both.
Even though he is subdued, you feel Orpheus's revulsion. A pulsing hatred that cannot be contained. The Emperor is telling the truth. To him, you are just another wretched Illithid.
You carry a tadpole. As far as Orpheus is concerned, you are already a Illithid, a sworn enemy, just like me. You are already more Illithid than you realize. It has improved you. You seek to reverse an inevitable process. A process of evolution. When I first escaped from the Elder Brain, I too railed against the change. But the longer I have inhabited this form, the more it has grown on me. Even if my original body remained intact after I transformed, I would not return to it. Doing so would only impose limitations. As an Illithid, I have far surpassed who I ever was before. You too should embrace this change. I believe we'll have a better chance of defeating the Elder Brain if you embrace your latent Illithid potential. I've been studying you for a while now. I believe I can trigger the next stage of your tadpole's life cycle while continuing to preserve your independence. You have seen what I can do. Imagine yourself with the same strength, the same intelligence, the same devastating beauty. If you let me, I can evolve you. The answer is twofold. One, I can, but it would kill you, as I told you before. Two, why would I? You have done well with the limited form you have, but you would do far better as an Illithid. So, do you wish to evolve or not?
Even as you say the words, you feel a lurch of disappointment. Your mind bristles with Illithid potential. How could you be so cruel as to deny yourself what you want most in the world?
I felt that. It's your nature. You cannot fight it. So embrace it. It wants to evolve, but it cannot do so alone. It must commune with another.
A wave of disappointment, stronger than any you've ever felt. And then, stillness. You've resisted your Illithid instincts. For now.
You are not ready yet. Keep hold of it then, until you are. It has enough vitality to further your evolution, and your allies. Perhaps you will be more inclined to try it when you see more of what our enemy can do. But we mustn't lose focus. We need to resume our journey. You heard the Chosen. The brain has gone to the city, and the army marches to follow. We must not let them reach it. We must find the brain and bring it under our control.
The orb hums with cerebral magic, permeable, but impenetrable. Within it, the Githyanki prince is as silent as a corpse, but for the murmur of his powers being siphoned away. The rock resists all attempts to shatter it.
Free for the taking. Well, that's interesting. On my way. Let's see.
So, we owe our lack of tentacles to one of the very creatures that kidnapped us. And now it's offering us power if we're willing to evolve. We both know what it is capable of, but I'm not touching it. That was before I knew the cost. before I knew it meant transforming into some grotesque beast. I remember how it hurt when I turned into a vampire. My body writhed and warped while I was utterly helpless. The grip of death owned my heart as it beat its last. I don't want to turn into anything else. I can't do that again. I can't watch my body be taken over. I'll happily murder my way to whatever powerful artifacts we can make use of. Point at the back, and I'll stab. Just don't ask me to sacrifice my body. It hasn't been mine for so long. Thank you.
Life pulses from within. The parasite's thoughts whisper at the edge of your mind. It wants to share itself with you. It wants to be let in.
Go on. Don't be afraid. It only wants to help you evolve. Wait. Remember, it has enough vitality to nourish you and your allies. Commune with it. You'll see. It only wants to help you. Disappointing. You have lowered our chances of success with your actions.
So your mysterious artifact, tamer of parasites, is only another parasite itself. How do you feel? Knowing the cost of keeping your transformation at bay. I suppose there is something to that. Illithids are monstrous creatures. But in the end, they are only that. Creatures. And if it can, a parasite will keep its host fat, happy, and safe. Until it is finished feeding, at least. Am I comforting you? I am not comforting myself. Use the Emperor as it would use you. Or discard it. My days of doubting you are done.
So your confidant was a mind flayer all along. Disquieting, to say the least.
We must find where Gortash and Orin have established themselves, and take their nether stones.
Very well. Wish I had a bag of holding.
How many red caps in this?
Less than a month.
How many red caps?
That might be worth a look.
Worm's Crossing, the welcome mat of Baldur's Gate. This is it. I'm almost home. I won't lie. The thought hardly fills me with glee. Even with my newfound advantages, he's still an incredibly powerful vampire. But he's arrogant, too. If he does hear I'm back, he'll try to take me and expose himself in the process. Then I'll be able to strike. Neither will I, darling. At least I hope you'll come along for the show. But regardless, the plan is simple. Find him, stop him from gaining almighty power, and then really enjoy killing him. And if I can seize that almighty power for myself, well, all the better.
Excuse me. I can't find my mum. Yenna! And my cat is Grub. He's shy. I'm not. My mum is called Emery. She went to go get some herbs for her spots. She was sick, and she was supposed to come back the same day. That was last 10 day, though. Guards blow like petards. They don't help us. Thank you so much. I don't have anything, and you can't do anything without any coin. I'll pay you back when I find my mum.
There now. You can see the city. Up on the hill.
It's up there. Hi. I'm still looking for my mum, but, thank you for helping me. You were really nice.
Welcome to Rivington, south Coast Way, north Worm's Crossing.
Anything you want for supper. All the treats your tummy can handle.
Turn back, citizen. No passage in this direction. It's bloodier than a butcher's backyard out there. Piles of dead absolutists, and a few of our own as well. The cultists assaulted the gate, armed to the teeth trying to break in. They nearly had it too, before the Steel Watch intervened. A little more than that. You'll see for yourself soon enough if you head to the city.
Just a little more.
Head to the city, why don't you? There'll be plenty more there to interest you than here, I'm sure.
I know, little one, but you'll be in a big, cozy bed soon enough.
You'll have anything you want for supper. All the treats.
I don't need any attention right now.
Allowed sweet things right before bed.
They should all be running.
Sometimes we'll make an exception. As long as you stop sulking and start walking right now.
Better be cautious. Let's see what you're hiding.
Nearly there now. You can see the city. Up on the hill.
Surely no one will notice.
Moving ahead.
Just our view.
Just a little more.
Never wanted the easy path.
I know, little. You'll be in a big, soon enough.
You'll have anything you want for supper. All the treats your tummy can handle.
Pave my path with corpses, build my castle with bones.
Just a little more. One foot.
This calls for careful footwork. Best keep your hands to yourself. You're being watched.
Supper. All the treats your tummy can handle.
Let's move.
If everyone else minds their business, I'll be fine. Nice. Out of sight, out of mind. You were witnessed assaulting someone. You're headed for the cells.
Hi. It's me, Yenna. You remember me, right? You were really nice to me before, and, my mum hasn't come back yet. She might come later. I don't think she's coming. Could we maybe stay here?
Absolutely not. We've hit our quota for mangy strays.
But I won't make it that long on my own. But all right, I'll go. But you'll see. You should have said yes. You'll wish you said yes.
Thy wheel of fate turns ever to the dark. Dost thou require a new ally? Or mayhaps a resurrection instead? The girl has left to hew her own path. She left you a letter. Thou couldst read it, or thou couldst not. Such is the way of autonomy. Hast thou other business?
Watching gods. But I never thought I would be happy to see the city again. Much less to smell it. The Harper safe house I spoke of is on the bridge at Worm's Crossing. Danthelon's dancing axe. Information. The Chosen have a head start on us. We'd like to know what they've done with it. You think me lonely? In truth, I prefer travel in a small pack such as this. Unburdened by numbers, we're free to act rather than react. A little like the old days. With allies, every bit as peculiar. Give or take a few tadpoles. Do you know, maybe my hearing is not what it was. Would you like to repeat that?
Worm's Crossing, the gaping maw of the city. Nature has little control over what happens beyond that bridge. I have. He speaks to me during my nightly meditations. He is well. And Oliver also. At times they are one, and at others they divide. Easier for playing, perhaps. And the land thrives also. I doubt you would recognize it. Perhaps one day, you and I can both return and see it for ourselves.
Naughty, 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 little master. You have disobeyed your father's wishes one time too many. For she who fights with monsters should look to it that she herself becomes a monster. When you gaze long into the abyss also gazes into you. Another will embrace what you have rejected, and that other will be your death. But your father loves you dearly. You may inherit yourself yet. Slaughter your line. Become the last of your name. Lord Baal shall have but one chosen.
Memory's blood back, snatches of your story written in the blood of 1,000 victims. Years spent in worship of Baal, leading his savage congregation in prayer, sacrifice, and slaughter. You were their master, and he was yours. A cruel master, a dread lord, a devoted father. All is as you feared. You are a spawn of Baal, his heir, his scion. You are not the last of your name. Not yet. There is another. The abomination wrapped in flesh you saw in the colony. Orin, it's time for a family reunion. But be wary of your confessors. Will friend turn to foe, knowing what you are? Tonight's troubled rest is, as ever, overwhelmed by your killing fate. You dangle above a dark precipice, one move away from falling. Another watches your body while it is possessed by the night. You do not dream alone.
Dark dreams? I think I can guess. Visions of blood on your hands. The blood in your veins, perhaps. For all the gifts Baal's children inherit, a peaceful night's sleep is not among them. The dreams alone do not concern me. It is what waking deeds they might inspire. Are you truly your own master? What is it you feel when father's dreams come calling? That birthright may well bring you to a bloody end. How many should I allow to go with you? This is your father's true legacy. Not his children, but the fear they plant in us. The savagery it blossoms into. In another time, with another of your kind, we found a better way. I would dearly like to find it again. You would not be the first to turn the taint in your blood to your advantage. But there are barriers a Baal spawn must overcome first. Those of your kind. Orin. I am sure you already know that so long as she lives, She will never stop hunting you. It might be that you have to turn and face her. You cannot change that. All you can choose is how you meet her. As another bloodied child of Baal? Or as yourself? All I can offer is the promise that, should you choose to do so, you will not meet her alone. For now, take what rest you can. I will watch over you this night. I suppose you'll have your answer when you wake in the morning.
No more dreams await you in sleep this night. Only the warm knowledge that indeed you are not alone.
Well, are we ready for the road once more? Ask it. I am no expert on the matter, despite all my experience. But if anything I know can help you resist your father, only ask it. Not mad, no. Take Zarevok, for example. For as much carnage as he caused, there was always a cold calculation to it. He craved power, and his bloodline was just another path to achieve it. I saw that same bloodline turn to better ends than Baal ever intended for it. It was Baalspawn who threatened the coast, and Baalspawn who saved it. It is possible to go on to live a life outside your father's shadow. Baal was but the beginning. Be warned. A godspawn draws trouble like iron to lodestone. There will be crusaders who wish to rid the world of your taint, or jealous minds who believe themselves more deserving of the power in your blood. But happiness is not beyond the Baalspawn. It simply comes at a higher cost. Constant vigilance. Then you are wise. I will not mince words. If what you told me is true, you are already further under Baal's power than my old friend ever was. But, so long as you fear that power, there is hope. Fear means you are not fully mad. Not yet. Baal had his minions, certainly. But none that watched over their wards so diligently. I wonder if past experience has taught the great god to fear that another of his children might turn against him. Yes? Your rancid father will try to twist your thoughts, as he did with all his children. The harder you resist, the darker your dreams become. Our camp was often roused by screams in the night back then. We learned to take them as a marker of pride. Even gods can be resisted. A Baalspawn can sire children, certainly. Whether they should... There are things in our nature we might unwittingly pass on, yes. But I do not believe them stronger than the things we choose to pass on. If you are asking whether love and joy are beyond you, just because of the taint in your blood? No. They most certainly are not.
The urges are calling on you again, aren't they? I haven't seen you sleep through the night once in the past days. Well, It certainly sheds some light on the sleepless night you spent tied up trying to slit my throat. Bloody hells. A Balspawn. Probably more Baldurian parents scare their children with stories of your kind than mine. I thought your kind was extinct. Goes to show. You should always check your facts. So, how are you feeling? Keen to reconnect with your family? Or ready to throw yourself in an oubliette? You know, I didn't realize you and I were so alike. I felt paralyzed to do anything about Cazador for so many decades. I gave up on myself. I gave up on any hope of escape after a few lashes. Mal controls you in much the same way. I don't know how you could beat him, but I do know this. You must try. The half-life of a mind-addled slave is worse than death. Don't become his. I wouldn't live another century as one for all the moonstones in Everesca. Precious little Baal babe. I was so hoping you'd say that. Until later, then.
Oakfather preserve you. You are a mortal child of Baal. Be careful with whom you share that fact. I hear many of your kind have met premature ends.
Woof! A charming effort, but you can't fool me. You're not a dog. So what the hell are you doing in my kennels? Oh, gods. Unless you want me to shove you in one of these cages, stop barking and start speaking. Bloody hell, just leave. You again? Oh, gods. Unless you want me to shove you in one of these cages, stop barking and start speaking. Hello. What do you want? Found him, did you? I can't say I'm surprised. Gomwick never kept him on a tight leash. Bring him here, and I'll give him a once-over for you. Check him for worms and so on.
Oh, yes, please. I'd love to see him.
He's a good dog. We'd both love to see him again.
Scratch! Oh, it's good to see you, boy!
Shut up, Dringo, and get back to work. And you've been slacking as well, Scratch, my boy. This dog is property of Sword Coast Couriers. I'll take him off your hands now. I can do whatever I please. He's my dog. Now get out. This is a private yard. I'm not surprised. Gomwick always indulged him. And he's got a spark in his eye I don't like. Looks lively. Take the useless mutt if you're so inclined. I'll have nothing more to do with him.
It's not just Scratch. She's always hurting the dogs.
Shut your mouth, Dringo. Last warning. Fine. You think you can do a better job without me? Be my guest. They're a useless bunch of mongrels. You're welcome to them.
That's a friendly-looking shadow.
You murdered someone in view of a guard. Perhaps unsurprisingly, you're under arrest.
Let's turn someone inside out.
You got rid of her? I'll do a better job looking after these dogs than she ever did. I promise.
Mistress is gone. Mistress is gone! I mean... Such terrible news. She will be missed. In my mistress's absence, I will look after this place and any dogs who come here. I promise.
Thank you for making Mistress go away. She was horrid. Even though Mistress is gone, I promise to be a good dog. No, the best dog.
It's certainly good to be back at camp. How I've missed the smells. Indeed. And I'm sure Dringo will do a great job. He always took good care of me.
Ah, a new face. Something to send? Don't be shy. Welcome to Sword Coast Couriers. To send and to serve. Delivery not guaranteed. I'm alive and well, aren't I? Earning an honest living, serving my community. I've plenty to be happy about. Though, I will admit it's been tough recently. We've had to cut down our courier routes. Too risky with that army rampaging nearby. I'll tell you, it's left me in a right pickle. I've sent what I can by pigeon, but now something's attacking them and all. Become a postmaster, Danzo. It'll be easy. Nobody mentions having to spend your evenings hunting for pigeon carcasses, do they? Well, if it's not too much trouble, I'd be much obliged. Any letters you find, bring them back to me, unopened, of course, and there's some gold in it for you.
Name and rank! Quickly now! There's a war on! At ease! At ease! I am Commander Lightfeather, leader of the finest aerial communication regiment this side of the Triumpha. State your purpose, Groundwalker. I don't have all day. A pigeon? We are warriors, risking life and feather to deliver vital communiques on a daily basis. Do you know how many of us have passed on to the great nest in the sky in service to your kind? Let's see how tough you are after a taste of real warfare. The rooftop, west of here. Look out for the observation tower. Tallest thing around these parts. It used to make a bloody awful racket, but it's fallen silent. No doubt our enemy has
cling to the territory.
Pigeon feathers. Maybe from one of the postmaster's birds.
Alas, poor pigeon. Looks like it was dragged towards the temple. If the bird was taken to the temple, odds are its letters were too. I've never seen a Tressum before, let alone a stray. What are you doing here?
No one stopped me yet. All right, time to skulk about. Free for the taking. Surely no one will notice.
Meow. You notice the Tressum guards a shiny ring and stack of letters at its feet.
One needn't guess. Pigeon meat is my second favorite. Beholder. But it's exceedingly rare to come by. But let's not get bogged down in semantics. I believe you were just leaving, weren't you? Ta! Thank you. I most certainly will. When I've had my fill of the local fare, I may look for more interesting pastures. There are a few places in the city I'd like to visit. I might have sussed some interesting items I'd rather like to get my paws upon. If I find anything interesting, I might even be willing to barter. Might. Ta-ra. Away.
Don't suppose you've, stumbled across those letters yet? You read it? Technically, that's interfering with someone else's property. I should report you to the nearest manip. Tell you what, give it here and we'll say no more about it. I'll give you a nice little bonus as well, a finder's fee. What do you say? Fine. Just give me the letter. Forget you saw anything. This never happened.
You've returned, yet my flyers have not. I suppose they've flown this mortal coop, so to speak. Make your report. How did the battle unfold? Of course they did. No doubt it was my training gave them the discipline and resolve to stay in the fight. As for you, flightless one, it was an honor taking you under my wing. Dismissed. You have my thanks. Your service will not be forgotten.
Cool.
Mummy!
They should all be running. Something good here, I hope.
What's that?
Let's see what this does.
Come to finish the job. Finish this. I can't stand the pain any longer. Get this blade out of me. Use it. Kill me. Kill me now. That's it. Watch the life drip drop away.
Look at it. Come crawling home, hand-stained with the Bone Lord's soot. And you carry his stone. Is this the blood-starved mercy you come to offer me, sibling? I have none to offer you. I could end it now, but I'll be patient. Father will see us together again. He will see you bleed.
So Orin is a shapeshifter. How long has she been watching?
It's not enough. We have a gallery of villains to look out for, but now we could be infiltrated by a shape changer? I can't even tell if any of you are acting strange because you've been replaced, or because this group is full of weirdos.
Fall by my hand. Time to press ahead. Don't mind if I do. Decapitated. It's still warm. That same ship was at Moonrise Towers, if I'm not mistaken. Looks like those two are about to fight.
Nobody messes with the Stone Lord, Ratling.
Ninefingers sent her love, arsehole. Your Stone Lord's a dead man walking. You, help me kill these asses. The guild will sprinkle you with gold.
You picked the wrong side, cook.
Slice them! Slice them now!
Let's turn someone inside out. This city. Time for a cull. Make it hurt.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
Time to kill. Sounds like fun.
You did good, stranger. Someone had tried to slink away rather than get involved. They wouldn't earn the gratitude of the guild. One usually follows the other. Here you go. A new flavour of scum that's been muscling in on our business. Agents of the Stone Lord. Nobody actually knows. Word is he's big, dense, tough as rocks. But human, we think. And definitely ruthless. We think the Stone Lord and his cronies are in league with the absolute cultists. This little operation here certainly suggests so. They were shifting something valuable by boat. But that something belongs to the guild now.
Here we go again.
The place was empty. Keep those thugs away from my family.
Danuvia! Get these spotters out of my house now!
Arthur, sweetheart, you paid me and my boys to be caravan guards, not cattle wranglers. If you want us to get our hands dirty, it'd be our pleasure. But that'll be extra.
You shouldn't have to make people feel welcome in places they don't belong. I just want to remove these unlawful interlopers from my property. Look, I have some very valuable components in there. I need to get that lot out before they damage something.
What do you mean by that?
Shh, sweetheart. Adults are talking. This is guild business, and we'll handle it as soon as we get paid.
Enough of this bickering! You! What's your proposal? You don't exactly look desperate for gold, but I can't help but admire such solid business acumen. Very well. Get the job done, and you'll be paid and be in my good graces.
Do you think you're clever coming in and undercutting us, sweetheart? We were about to make a bit of extra cash before you butted in. You owe the guild a cut.
The Guild, a loose coalition unifying every criminal outfit in the city under one collective rule, from cut purses to contract killers.
Just a little something. Consider it a gesture of goodwill. Oh, you know, it's shocking how many people opt for the hard way when the easy way's right there. Any last words? That was a mistake on your part, sweetie. A mistake the guild will hear about. Come on, boys. We've got places to be.
Out of sight, out of mind. Your aggression has won you no friends. Any further violence could be met with the same.
never easy. Fall by my hand. At the ready.
If the guild come asking, I'll be making it very clear that you took it upon yourself to kill their thugs. I had nothing to do with it. So you should probably get away from the scene of the crime. Duh. But if that's what it takes to get them out of my house, fine. Get on with it.
I see those animals are out of the picture. Can we stay now? Or are you going to turn on us next? Same way lots of us did. Trying to get away from the army of the Absolute. If you had the chance to put a roof over your family's heads after being on the run for Torm knows how long, wouldn't you? Off with you then. We don't need an audience, that's for sure. What's the word? Can we stay? I don't want to take charity from some stranger. But I will. For the sake of my daughter, thank you. We'll get going as soon as we've got our things together.
I don't need any attention right now. From your pocket to mine.
Intestines throb, blood whispers.
Breathe deep and move.
Finally, those awful squatters are gone. I can feel everything unclenching already. Here's your payment, as we agreed. I've got so much to do now, I'd really better get on with it. Excuse me, would you? Look, I really don't have time to chat. I'm sure you can find someone less busy to listen to you somewhere. Thank you so much for your interest, but it's really none of your concern, is it? Excuse me.
I go away for a few days and the place is
Breathe
ruined.
quiet. Move with care. What to take?
Caught with your hand in a pocket. Embarrassing. And possibly dangerous.
Time for discretion.
Caught in the act. Your touch isn't as light as you'd hoped.
No time to rest? Softer than a whisper.
What now? Some mild plants in it. Almost.
Caught in the act. Your touch isn't as light as you'd hoped.
All is ashen meat. I can take what I please. Let's see what this does. Wonder if the gods are watching me. Anything of use?
windows next time.
That's curious. A young cave bear, killed and stuffed before its teeth were fully grown. A couple turns should do it. Checking Arthur's donations. Looks like his generosity's compromised.
You again. Did you need something? Sinister? Ha 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 ha! Nonsense! Those are experimental toys, guaranteed to bring a smile to the face of even the unhappiest child. They're extremely precious, and you shouldn't be poking around in my workshop and tampering with them. Really? There's no this? And nothing to get to the bottom of?
Waldarians! Stand with me against this tide that threatens to overwhelm us.
Please just go home. You're ruining a perfectly uneventful posting with this nonsense.
The Flaming Fists are supposed to protect this good city, but they allow trash and vermin to take our homes and goods. Ah, another visitor, I see. Listen, we keep letting the likes of you in. Soon, there'll be no room left for any of us true Waldarians. Oh, my apologies. Now I hear you speak, I, of course, realise you're a local. Excuse me? I was born inside the city walls, a Waldarian through and through. Wherever you're from, clearly they don't teach manners. You and I have nothing more to say to one another.
Oh, gods. Not another protester. Go talk to Nestor if you must. I've got plenty on my plate with these mewling geese.
They're beggars and criminals, and we won't have them.
File a report. and I'm sure the Manic will deal with it.
You're coddling these vagabonds and don't give a rat's ass about honest citizens.
Between you and me, I don't think there are enough flaming fists here for these refugees. Us Baldurians can't feel safe with so many of them roaming about without proper supervision.
Let's hope Archduke Gortash can make a difference.
You see them over there? Refugees? Ha! Naught but a cover. I know what they really are. Dyed-in-the-wool agents of the Absolute. Mark my words. Ah! Oh, gods, oh, gods. Look, let me live, and I'll say nothing. I swear it. Just leave me and mine alone.
I took you for one of them for a moment. The refugees, that is. You're a recent arrival for sure, still bearing dust from the road. But you have something they lack. Dignity. These wretches have nowhere to call home, nothing to live off but what they carry, and nobody to help them but themselves. And me, of course. Me? I lighten their load. You'd be shocked by the sort of things they bring with them. Gold and jewels, they can't easily exchange. Heirlooms, rarities, sentimental items, even cremation urns. Alas, you can't eat grandmother's ashes, nor can you easily trade a golden candelabra for a bowl of soup. That is where I come in. Liquidity. Their heirlooms for my gold. A pity more don't share your open mind. I always say it's just business, but some don't see it that way. There is an enterprise within the city that I help to support. I know I said I wasn't given to charity, but this place is dear to my heart. I'd tell you more, but they value discretion above all. As do I. Is that so? What a remarkable coincidence. Or perhaps not. These are desperate people. Who is to say what lengths some of them may have gone to, just to earn the money to survive? A tragedy, really. But we must not judge. Perhaps I could show you some of my special goods to take your mind off this ugliness. Perhaps you are cannier than I first gave credit to be. I have some very special wares reserved for exclusive clientele, but I think you've earned a peek. Just a merchant. At least look at what's on offer before you embarrass yourself.
Apart from that ring. Ooh, you will look lovely once you're fixed.
I'm paid to take down...
Trade secrets. But I can guarantee you that nothing I have to offer was stolen. It was all given happily and willingly. Every last item. Well, in that case, I can only assume whoever stole it then gave it to me willingly. Dangerous places, camps like these. According to Boulder's Mouth, you never know who might be a cutthroat.
Honest citizens.
Donations?
Very funny. You can make a donation to the refugees, or you can leave. I'm gonna let you through because I don't want to take any risks. But you better not be lying.
These boots have seen everything.
Is everything all right, Leonard Nestor? Sir? There's been a report of dangerous contraband in the donations, and we're going to check it out.
Why? All these goods have already been checked in.
I didn't ask for your opinion, Fist. Fall in and do your job.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
I say, terribly decent of you to come over and exchange pleasantries. Oh, how kind of you to say. I have been growing my bristles out. It's something of an art, you see.
You were right. Explosives. Now give me some room. I need to make sure the rest of these donations are safe. You try and find whoever is responsible for this. I thought this assignment was going to be dull. No such luck.
Touch and go.
Can you please give me your arms would be so snug.
Children. It's abominable. Gods, any one of us could have been blown to smithereens. Who would do such a thing? I thought this assignment was going to be dull. Luck.
I have such a headache. Just out of you.
Trapped to injure children. It's abominable.
Let's see what you're hiding.
Who would do such a thing?
Moving ahead.
I thought this assignment was going to be dull. No such luck.
Got ya! Too slow!
What a day.
Still alive, so that's progress. Moving in.
So many more can survive.
No, I'm afraid I must insist you do not pet the hound.
My love, you can't keep being so rude to strangers. It's just a dog.
All the grabbing and touching startles poor Biscotti. I will not apologise for caring about my boy.
Good luck. I've been saying that for the past decade.
Look, if I don't remain vigilant, something could happen to poor Biscotti. I'd never forgive myself.
Oh, yes. As long as the dog is okay, he's happy. Give me strength. I apologise for my husband and his obsession with that bloody dog.
What was that, my dear?
Nothing, darling.
Oh, God! Are they going to see it? What happens if they don't see it?
goodness, yes! I am a good dog. Fantastic stuff! Oh, yes, you're lovely. You can come back. Oh. Here we go. Here it comes. Yes! Amazing! Perfect! No notes!
Washing my pits. This is the song when I'm... Aye! Can a bloke not get any bleeding privacy around here? Bunch of perverts, the lot of you.
Every road between Baldur's Gate and Eltergard.
I hate this place. I can't even soap my forearms in peace.
I should speak up.
What do you make of these protesters? Ah, a philosopher. Who could have thought? Named Zoru. I've heard about you. You're the one that helped us with the goblins. You know, most of us didn't make it, right? Zevlor failed us. It's mainly anger that keeps me going. Zevlor was supposed to lead us, but he froze when we needed him most. I haven't seen him since the massacre on the road, which is lucky for him.
Alfira.
What a sad situation. The once proud tieflings of Elturel, reduced to beggars.
We made it alive to Baldur's Gate. Almost, anyway. But I can't complain. When I look at Bex and realize she's safe, it's hard not to weep from joy.
We made it through hell, twice. I know now that as long as Danis and I stick together, we can do anything.
When Alfira sang us that song.
We've lost so many since Elturel.
We should have an exile's feast to commemorate those we lost. Supplies are short, but I can scrape it up.
Better be cautious.
Even if we only have river water to raise, we'll drink to their memory.
So Baal's chosen is a doppelganger. I should not be surprised. They have ever been among his favorite servants. Orin is testing you. Either she thinks herself a predator, playing with her food, or she fears what you might do. She spoke to you in a rather familiar fashion. More shapeshifter mind games, I suppose.
Their origins are shrouded in mystery.
She's circling. Have no doubt of that. The last time I fought doppelgangers, the Baalspawn Sarevok was using them to subvert the city government, aid his rise to power. But Orin, he's more predator than politician, I think. She simply wants to make us feel hunted, isolated. Tell the Lordling that Orin is watching. Seems that Gortash and Orin have had a little falling out. We should leverage that.
That foul shapeshifter Orin is like a scavenger beast, probing us for weaknesses. Do not let her shake your resolve.
Don't want to draw any attention. Or mine. What to choose?
Before you lies the unconscious body of a mind flayer, glistening and raw.
A newborn. Unattended. How fortunate. Oh, but it is. This one has only just transformed. It is weak, vulnerable. Its potential ripe for harvesting. Go on. Kill it. Absorb its power. Just like you did before.
Come no closer, you. You. What are you? What am I sensing? You are like me. Like I was. A vessel yet to transform. Help me. I am so hungry. My vessel. He fought the transformation. He found it excoriating. I can still taste his terror. It is delicious, but will not sustain me. We need to feed. We need a brain fresh and frantic to restore our strength. You would betray us? Then you shall be our very first meal.
Go for the throat.
Absorb its potential if you consumed it.
Hope this ends well.
Haven't you got anything better to do with your time than harass innocent craftspeople? What? How? Nine hells. Whatever you think, you know, I'm sure some gold would help you to forget. Please don't. What do you want from me? It's not my fault. I was forced to do this. Framed, even. They would have killed me if I refused to rig the toys. And they're definitely going to kill me now. I can't tell you. I won't tell you. All right. Just don't hurt me. The teddy bears were an experiment. My greatest invention. A clever little device in their chest allows them to speak. But there's more. Smoke powder inside the device. I collect packages from Verloga's fireworks in the lower city and stuff the bears with it. Not because I want to, because I have to. Otherwise they'll kill Please don't. I'm not the villain here. You could put a stop to the whole operation. I don't know who's in charge, but it starts at the fireworks shop. That's where the packages come from. Go there. Tell them Uncle Philogia sent you, and they'll show you the smoke powder. Lots of it. There. I told you what you wanted to know. Now, will you let me go?
His plea comes with an offering, a pass granting you access to the lower city.
Here, take it, all of it. I don't care. You'll never see me again, I promise.
I heard you tracked down the man responsible for those explosive toys. Good work. You might be a nuisance, but at least neither of us got blown up, eh?
Don't you want to see the triad? Or the chili? What about dribbles? I heard he has a new show with buddies of dogs.
Walk in death. I should speak up.
Oh, hey! Such an eager fan! Take a seat at the front, why don't you? The show is about to start!
I don't like the kitty. He looks scary.
You don't have permission to be here. You're about to be ejected.
One down.
Let's have some fun. Spill some blood.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Quiet! It's the middle of Dribbles' show.
I'm so tired. How do people do this all day? Someone there?
Maybe I should stay crouched forever. Free for the taking.
Save yourself from heartbreak. Resist.
For trading today, I'm afraid.
You've set foot in a restricted area. A swift exit may be in order.
No! No! Off limits! Leave! Now!
You realize she is miming putting on face paints. She has them to sell.
The city of stone and steel is an endless scream in nature's womb. I have felt no peace here. Your eyes, Stira. There is pain, endless and deep, but also devotion, blazing like the sun. You're in love, are you not? You are wise to admit it. When it comes to love, vulnerability is armor, truth a sword, and trust a shield. I pray you wield all three, Stira. Bring the one you love to me. I will look into your hearts and see if your love is eternal or doomed eternally.
Oh, my love, how could I say no?
Close your eyes, little ones. Be still as stone to earth. And remember to breathe. Glorious. Your bond is sweeter than nature's dew. I see you, know you. But do you know one another? Astarion, a tumultuous past, hides behind a mirthful grin. The heart is fraught, so let us begin with the joyous. When is he happiest?
Guilty as charged, sometimes literally.
Your bond beats in pleasure. It is an honor to behold. Many things delight the heart, but only one makes it sing. Tell me, what does he desire more than anything?
You're not wrong, but do we need to tell every stranger we meet our business?
Our touch has been that of sunlight. But now we must ask the deep, the difficult. Fear sits in the soul of all. To tame it, we must name it. Astarion, what is his deepest fear?
Really? I mean, yes, but really? You just tell whatever stranger just walked up and asked?
That which needs to be said is often the most difficult. Take pride. You are one step closer to conquering your fears.
Well, you were right every time. I almost wish you hadn't been, but, you do know me.
I press my finger to your bond and find a shield. Impenetrable. It is Beautiful. Your love is one few have. Cherish it. Go in peace, seedlings, and know that you made one whose heart was long quiet beat with love anew.
Approach, ugly one. Yes, behold, Akabi's Wheel of Wonders. Spin to win prizes beyond your tiny imagination and make your miserable life more bearable. Akabi has traveled across the plains, burning and conquering all. Win the spoils of such conquest. Or, if luck smiles upon you, win the grand prize, the jackpot. No more questions. Spin or don't. Let us see if you have luck's favor.
You notice a glint in Akabi's beard. As it glows, the wheel moves away from the jackpot. He is cheating.
Alas! No jackpot for you, ugly one. But you may have this. You would accuse me, Akabi, destroyer of planes, of cheating. I am, however, feeling gracious, so I will forget this and allow you to spin again. Or I can turn you into something vile. Choose.
Escape to the shadows.
Impossible. You thief! You cheated! Liar! Enjoy the jackpot, muley cad!
Damn that Ginny. Where am I? Moving ahead. Anything of use? Can't risk being in it. Never wanted the easy path. Here goes nothing. Time to press ahead. Can't keep me out.
Ah! How did the despicable cheetah enjoy her vacation? Akabi is delighted you enjoyed it, repugnant mortal. Begone! Akabi is sick of you. Akabi is tired of the Wheel of Wonders. He is now closed.
Better be cautious. That's a friendly-looking shadow.
Darling, we have a customer. Is your camp drab? Dreary? Then you have come to the right place. Browse our bespoke, stony and bony creations. Or commission a statue in your likeness. It is our most sought-after service. Bony, at your service. That there is my darling wife, Stony. Is she not magnificent? To think she chose me. Why, I wake up every morning with a smile on my face. Now, what can I do for you? Oh, my wife shall be delighted. Customs are her favorite, particularly when their facial structure is as unique as yours. Tremendous! Stony, darling, let us put this towards our getaway in the Moonshay Isles. I'll have your statue shipped to your camp. You shall love it. We guarantee it.
Soon, I promise. Patience is one of few virtues worth holding.
Ah! Lucille! It's pose, grapevine, then pivot step. Jacob, you have the grace of my great-grandmother's missing leg. Ah! And Boris. Boris! Put some sensuality into those lovely hip bones. I know you have it in you. Step it up. We are decades from that. I hope they could open for dribbles. Not that my star needs the support, but at this rate, who knows? Call me Lucretius, ringmaster, necromancer, bringer of the night. Oh, and wine lover extraordinaire. Normally, I'd invite you into my tent for a lovely vintage. But these graceless skellies need my full attention. Enjoy my circus, darling.
Hey, maybe steer clear of the beasties. One of them is near Rabbit, and the other is looking at us like we're supper.
Mum won't let me touch the animals. Bet you don't have to ask your mum to pet a stupid cat.
Don't get too close, or Crimson here might decide you look tasty.
Another. Good. Mock me. Tease me. You will be the first. Look. See. The crowd. They laugh. They shine with innocence. But it is a lie. Every one of you is vicious. Cruel. You kill my mate. Steal my cubs. I roar. Break my cage. And then you die. You all die! Soon.
While the cage is sturdy, the lock is old. It could be jammed shut, so not even a key could open it.
What's up for discussion already, Peanut?
Hunger. My stomach screams. Press your flesh through bars and add blood meat. Meat. Meat.
Buddy the dog is my very best friend. Do you know why? Why? Because with him, anything is possible. Way!
Good puns. Because clowns aren't enough of a horror already.
Did you hear about the scarecrow who lost a fight? I know I'm amazing. Way! Thank you to the loudmouth for volunteering for my next trick. Now, where, oh, where are you?
A bloodthirsty rush of fury engulfs you. You want to butcher the crowd, women and children alike, and soak in their innards. It is glorious.
You, my special assistant. Come on up. Buddy's been practicing day and night for this next trick. What kind of friend would I be if I spoiled his grand finale?
What? No. Don't you dare. This isn't funny.
Oh, my heart! The enthusiasm is too much! Now, up, double sharp, or poor Buddy will think you don't like him. Right there! Oh, perfect!
Of course! What fun! I'm going to fucking kill you.
Now, you're very special. As special as can be. Does anyone know why?
Why?
You're special, my friend, because I have a message just for you. Praise the Absolute. Let her bleed. Very well. Praise the Absolute. Is this part of the show?
Let's have some carnage.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
I always knew I'd die at a circus.
I've missed this.
I can't even catch my breath.
Go for the throat. This way.
Blood comes easy these days.
A shapeshifter? What a pity. I thought we were killing a real clown.
You fight good. Doppelganger, not so good. Do not cause trouble. Killing you would make me unhappy.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
A shape changer. People call us doppelgangers. I saw in your eyes what I see in my own. Death. To to sow chaos. It is his will.
You feel a rush of power, dark and insidious. Something prevents the corpse from answering.
I killed him. Bathed in his blood. A death worthy of the list. Of the tribunal.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
You freed me from hunger's lust. Forgive me. I was close to killing you, killing everyone. I am ashamed. The circus is my family. They rescued me when I was but a youngling. They did not starve me. The other did. He wore the face of Dribbles, or the scent of a stranger. He taunted me, waving bloodied rags under my nose. My mind was worn from the hunger. Thank you for calming me before I hurt my family.
My kills, my prey. You took them. Run! I'll find you. Eat you, coward!
Wonder what's past this. Seems to be stuck.
Forever to clean this place up.
Fine day for murder.
Oh dear. Screaming children, an oozing corpse, and it's not even my birthday. I thought the Absolute wouldn't dare set foot in my circus. To use such a woeful Dribbles impersonator, why, it's downright rude. If that's your idea of fun, darling, you and I are going to get along swimmingly. Alas, I cannot afford to lose any more staff. Funerals are so very expensive. I need to move the circus. But I cannot leave just yet. Not without Dribbles. He was a star. Customers of every colour and creed simply adored him. I need him back, and I'll shower the person who finds him in love, adoration, and adequate compensation. What do you say? Oh, well, at least he won't complain about extra rehearsals anymore. Find his corpse for me, will you, darling? I'll resurrect him. The show must go on after all. Perhaps I'll make some improvements along the way. Huh. I can respect that. And you're in luck, because I am old, darling. Ancient. I have seen stars explode and civilizations fall. Along the way, I happened across items of such power that would make you weep with awe. Find my Dribbles. You won't be disappointed. That's the spirit, darling. And remember, I look after those who make me happy. Hmm? Good luck, and thanks ever so much.
Clown Man is dead.
Oh well. Want a treat-o? I found it by the clown man's tent. Fought a rat for it and everything's. It's a one-of-a-kind hand with artisanal bite marks. It's worth lots. All right. Now that Lucretia says we family. Suppose that means Dribbles was too. Yeah. But don't tell nobodies I gave it to you for free. Got to protect my reputation as a tough business lord. Junks and magics for sale.
Hello again, my vicious little warrior. Any luck finding Dribbles? Oh dear. Dribbles' flesh is near torn asunder. Poor thing was most certainly alive when he was hacked up. Well, that just means this treasure hunt is all the more challenging. Toddle on, darling. There's more of Dribbles to find.
Halt! By orders of Lord Gortash, refugees are no longer allowed in the city. Turn around. Or do you have the means to support yourself? Right. Article 30.1.5 of the Council's Decree on Extraordinary Wartime Measures. I am confiscating that. The city thanks you for your contribution. Your name?
Well met, Citizen Fluffington.
Your parasite stirs. From the construct, you feel connection, resonance.
I am a Steel Watcher, Citizen. Here to serve the people of Baldur's Gate in the name of Lord Enver Gortash.
State your business. Uh-huh. Eyes open, body still.
Behind the Watcher's gaze, a presence awakens. You are seen. You are known. Your party's prior transgressions are reflected in its stare, as witnessed by the cult's ever-alert, scrying eyes. It has heard the howls of slaughtered goblins. It knows the cold walls of Moonrise Towers, and the cultists who fell there. The Watcher speaks directly into your mind with a voice like poisoned honey.
You are marked for special treatment. Not simply an enemy of the people, but an enemy of the Absolute. Come quietly, or die. Please comply now, citizen. I will interpret any further hesitation as resistance.
Eat this, you pile of junk!
Villains,
Orders are
take
orders.
heed.
God, we've got ours.
Recovery
You've got
is
yours.
imminent.
I need you to step back. Have your heads.
Breathe quiet. Move with care. Another step forward.
I'm looking for heads. Who wants to bounce it?
Why does Worm's Crossing have so few lodgings? We can bunk with ton of
bloody gnomes. We need to find where they burrowed themselves up. You an adventurer? Looking to pad your purse? Find their foxhole, bring me their chief's head. The fist will reward you well. I agree. But we can't leave our posts. Not with all the patriarchs meeting in Worm's Rock for the coronation. You've the right look. Solid bones. Steady face. The kind that cleans up vermin for pay. You'll change your mind once they kill innocent citizens. The only language they'll understand is that of intimidating violence. Good. Sniff 'em out. Gut 'em clean. Keep Baldur's Gate safe. Bring the head back here when it's done. I'll be around.
Footprints. Leading right into that cave.
The boss is expecting you. Hasn't forgotten what you did for him at Moonrise.
Good to see you. Wasn't sure you'd make it to the city. Regretting it yet? I spent a lot of time thinking of worst-case scenarios while I was locked in that cell you plucked me out of at Moonrise. I didn't imagine anything as bad as this. The Gondians have handed Enver Gortash the means to bring about the end of liberty in Baldur's Gate. And the citizens have rolled out the red carpet for the new tyrant. Resistance fighters are few and far between. My iron hands, what's left of the Harpers, and you, I hope. As long as our objective is the same, the reason doesn't matter to me. We have a common enemy. But neither of us gets what we want until we deal with our biggest obstacle. The Steel Watch. They're a threat to you, me, and every man, woman, and child in this city. They act all civilized, servants of the people, but they only serve one man. When he becomes Grand Duke, it will only get worse. Laws will change, freedoms will vanish, and soon you'll be accused and sentenced before you've even committed a crime. And the fucking Gondians are to blame for all of it. A tyrant's nothing without lackeys. And the Gondians are the perfect lackeys. Dangerously intelligent, pathetically submissive. They invented the Steel Watchers, and they're building an army of them. They've always been happy to provide their technology to despots in exchange for a stipend and the freedom to work in peace. They would have licked Saravok's boots, given the chance. And now they'll kiss Gortash's ring while this city screams. I had a plan to put a stop to them. But the way things are now, if we stick our heads above ground, the Watchers are on us like flies on shit. Same as it always is. Eliminate the threat. In this case, the foundry where these atrocities are produced. The Gondians are ingenious, but we're more than equal to them. There's nothing they can build that the Iron Hands can't tear down. I've built something unique for just that purpose. A rune powder bomb. First of its kind. 50 wizards high on the weave couldn't summon this kind of firepower. Get the bomb inside the Gondian facility, and boom. Problem solved.
Wulbren, please. This is too far. Everyone in the foundry would be killed.
Quiet, Barcus. The adults are talking. Ha! I knew you were the practical sort. That's why we get along. The foundry is in the lower city, down by the docks. Beautiful building, belching smoke into the sky day and night. Getting inside won't be easy, but when you do, place the bomb at the heart of the facility. Get yourself back to street level. The streets will be clear of watchers in no time.
A rune powder bomb? Huh. What the devil has he become? They are inventors, just like us. Persnickety and self-important, too. But we all have our moments. Something is wrong. Very wrong. Please, speak to them before you do anything. They deserve a chance to plead their case before being blown to pieces, don't you think? I have no secrets from Wulbren. And anyway, my very presence is a thorn in his side. I'd rather continue to prick his conscience than to be silently complicit in an atrocity. That's all I ask. Questions first, violence later. And only if absolutely necessary.
If you're a customer, go down to the shop. Otherwise, clear off. Been poking around downstairs, have you? Well, I've got nothing to hide. Those gnomes are victims. They've spent years in exile, no forge to call their own, all because of some ancient bloody grudge. The Gondians think they're the only ones fit to swing a hammer round here. They're wrong. One day they'll learn that the hard way. Until that happens, I'll give those Iron Hands a roof over their heads. Nothing wrong with it. Now, clear off. You want anything else? Go to the shop. I've got work to do.
You got the gnome leader's head? Then you're no friend of the fist. No matter. I'll find someone else. Most folks around here will do almost anything. You pay them enough.